You know how the right talks about the red states seceding from the United States every once in a while? Sometimes they call it a national divorce. Sometimes Marjorie Taylor Greene waxes poetic about it. And every single time we have to come in and explain to them, sorry, not going to work. The red states are on welfare. The red states aren't self-sufficient. The red states, again, this is of course on average, the red states have lower standard of living, poor education, etc. Well, I have news for them, and they're not going to like this at all. There is a secession that is possible, and it will be a real trigger to many of our MAGA friends. If New England and New York wanted to together secede and create our own country, not only would it work, it would be one of the most successful countries in the world. And I know we're told progressive policies don't work. Being like Denmark and Sweden doesn't work, but it does work. Let me give you the data. The total population of New England plus New York is about 35 million people. The total GDP of the New England states plus New York is 3.75 trillion. This is a GDP per capita of over 106,000 US dollars. Now, if you look at global data, that would make this hypothetical country, New England plus New York, the fourth or fifth richest country in the world per capita. Now, you might say, well, hold on a sec. Whoa, David, hold on a second. Per capita isn't everything. States often need things from other states, from other parts of the country. Well, one thing that this hypothetical country would not need is money from other states, because New England and New York pay in way more to the federal government to subsidize red states than these states ever get back. New England and New York are subsidizers. Now, by the way, if you like analyses like this, if you like content like this, please make sure to like the video and leave a comment saying, David, please more of this, and hit that subscribe button, and I will do more of them. So then we might get to, well, what about education? The states of New England and New York are some of the most densely populated with colleges and universities in the country. No issue with education at all. Well, what about manufacturing and the industrial base? Well, New England and New York have defense, they have aerospace, they have biotech, they have nanotech, they have precision tools. Now, it is true that this hypothetical country would have an issue with automobiles and heavy industry. You'd have to import. But that's okay. There are many countries that import those things. But it would be a finance, tech, and services superpower. They've got ports, JFK, Boston, Logan, Bradley airports, a rail corridor from Boston to New York City. So it would be sort of like Japan, South Korea, or the UK in terms of being resource poor in some areas, able to import raw materials, but exporting massive amounts of capital, research, and technology. Now, the truth is that this should really not come as a surprise. If you look around the world, you find the countries with the highest standard of living. Now, what metric am I using for this? I'm using something called HDI plus. You might have heard of just HDI, the Human Development Index. HDI plus takes into account a number of other mechanisms related to life expectancy, quality of life, income, safety, etc. If you look around the world, the countries with the highest standard of living per HDI plus are Iceland, Norway, Switzerland, Denmark, Germany, Sweden, Australia. If you look at what US states are able to match the standard of living of those countries, it's mostly the ones we're talking about. It's Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Connecticut is up there, Vermont is up there, New York is in the top 15 alongside Rhode Island. Maine is sort of right in the middle. So it makes sense that the states with the highest standard of living, if they came together, would be able to be similar to the countries with the highest standard of living. And so it would be a successful, prosperous country because it is organized like a lot of the most successful countries around the world. Now, MAGA really doesn't like this. MAGA wants you to believe that states should be like Mississippi and Arkansas, and don't forget Texas and Florida. They want you to think that no gun safety laws and low regulation of all kinds, lots of uninsured people, lower quality education, lack of access to healthcare. They want you to believe that under the guise of freedom, that is going to get you the most success economically, the most success socially. But if any region of the United States could actually succeed and thrive, it's the Northeast. It's New England plus New York. And by the way, separately, California. This story is not about California. There is a California case to be made as well. California would be completely self-sufficient as a country. And in fact, it would be one of the larger countries in the world, fascinatingly enough. We know about California. The New England-New York alliance would be an unstoppable economic and innovation powerhouse, and the MAGAs absolutely hate it. A pending Supreme Court case could strip our Fourth Amendment rights and allow immigration agents to come into our homes for any reason, no probable cause needed, all while Republicans try to twist things so that you think this is all great for America. This should be the biggest story in the US right now, but it's almost impossible to keep up with the millions of moves that Trump is making every single day. That's why Ground News exists. Ground News is an app and website that exposes the blind spots and spin before it takes control of our opinions. Ground News is the smarter, more reliable way to stay informed when MAGA is banking on us getting distracted. I'm partnering up with Ground News to give you 40% off the same Vantage plan that I use. So you'll pay only $5 a month for all of their premium features. Just go to ground.news/Pakman or use the code Pakman in the app when you sign up. The link is in the description or scan the QR code.